So good evening, everyone. I am Nicole Smith. I am CEO and founder of JMS Creative Leadership Solutions. I appreciate everyone being with us today. I have the pleasure and the honor to share the stage with Mrs. Portia Robinson. She is an experienced human resources professional with more than 30 years of Fortune 500 experience. She's shaking her head. 30 years. And you look like you're 35. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You started when you were about 3-ish or so. Okay, started when you were 5. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. She spent more than 25 years with JP Morgan Chase in various HR roles, including learning and development and manager of community outreach. I'm gonna allow her to give more about her roles, but just real quick, she's skilled at matching the strengths of employees and candidates, which in human resources, that can be a little challenging at times, but she is skilled at doing this and matching it with the company's needs and contributing to the business growth by helping staff members grow and develop. She also spends time with her husband, Mr. Oscar Taylor Robinson. Yes,
hey, Taylor, technical director as well. Lighting director.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a man of all hats there. And her son, Caleb, who happens to be academically and athletically gifted high school junior. I want to welcome Portia. Thank you for joining me this evening. I cannot wait to hear the gems you are about to drop. So tell us a little more about yourself and your experience and the impact that you have on this world.
Oh, thank you so much, Nicole. I appreciate the platform and the invitation and just everything that you've done to kind of set this up. Yes. It's been a very relaxing experience for me to just talk about some of this stuff with you. So I appreciate it. It's hard when you said 30 years, I just think, I cannot believe that it's actually been 30 years. And I think back to really each role that I've been in, and yeah, it's been 30 years.
Yes. What I am going to have you do is drop some of those gems and being in the human resources industry. And you came in 30 years ago. So of course things have changed.
Oh my gosh.
2020 has changed a lot of the human resource industry, the way recruiting takes place. So you have people out here that are wanting to transition. You're having people out here that want to move into a new role or actually thinking about or contemplating moving to a new employer. And then you have those college seniors, grad students that are like, okay, what now? And family out there, we're not going to tell you the best way to structure your resume.
No.
You can Google some of that stuff. You can go to recruitment placement agencies. They can help you with that as well, career coaches and so forth. But what we want to do is tell you the things like for real.
For real, right.
The stuff that she has seen, and I too myself, having that HR background, things I've seen in the corporate world after 20-something years being in there and things that we see. But the first thing to jump this off, and if you follow me on my JMS Creative Leadership Solutions Facebook or even LinkedIn, I am really big about mindset. And Portia, you know that mindset is everything. Okay.
It is. So, it is.
It is everything. So for those professionals that are getting ready to explore their career options, jump into a new role, jump into a new employer, I want you to stop for a second. And I want you to think about your mindset. Because if you are running from something, you're going to take it with you.
It's following you.
It's going to follow you.
Yeah.
The emotional baggage is going to go with you. Okay. If you are leaving something, closing the door to one opportunity because you're going towards something greater, that's a different mindset. That's a different mindset than
reflective. It's reflective. It feels you. Years ago, like when I started out in corporate America, you want a job. So you're just applying, you're sending your resume all over the city and for no reason, waiting for a response. When I started, I wanted to be a magazine journalist. So I sent my resume to Time and Newsweek and Essence magazine, and I just wanted that gig. I wanted the role.
Yeah.
I think it's very different today because one, of our environment, but two, you're spending so much time at an employer. You need to make sure, you got to do some self-assessment and make sure what you believe and what you value and what you
Exactly.
get behind is somewhat aligned with that company.
Exactly.
If you're seeing things at the company that don't align with just your basic who you are,
Right.
they may be paying $1 million an hour. You don't want to spend your time with them and be aligned with them because you're going to be marching to their drumbeat. And when I
Yes.
say marching to your drumbeat, that's you got to buy into their culture. You've
Yes.
got to believe in what they're. You got to get behind some things.
Yes.
So it's very important. I always tell people now to first take assessment. People don't want to always listen to that because it's, oh, I just need a job and it's a good job and boy, they got a good reputation. But it's really, really critical to look at your values first. What do I really believe in? What do I really want to get behind? You know, they don't necessarily have to be carrying a Black Lives Matter flag, but they certainly, you may need to take inventory if they have a Confederate flag and that's not what you align to.
Exactly. Exactly. And making sure you have your values nailed down.
Right.
Even my college students that are graduating, even my grad students, making sure that you at this time have your values nailed down so then you can make sure they are aligned. Okay. They don't have to click. You like that sound? They don't have to click perfectly.
Click. Right.
But you have to make sure that it aligns so you can come to work every day proud that you're going into this building. And when you say Black Lives Matter flag, no, or the Confederate flag, maybe we just don't have any of those flags in the workplace. So my point is that making sure that your values do align. And so we were talking about mindset. I just want to make sure that my college students that are graduating or even my grad students, make sure you come out with a growth mindset. So when you're going to that new gig, have that growth mindset. But keep talking about those, Portia, those values and assessing your values. And how can I find out the organization's core values? Where can I go to
so much better now because the organizations now they're telling on themselves by what they have and what they don't have on their websites, and what they do and don't do around some certain issues in their community. You can find out so much just by going on their website and click through everything you can find out about them. Google them on the news. It could be a small company, it could be a large company. What are they doing to impact or have some influence in the city? And when you're doing your self-assessment, one thing you want to also think about is, okay, what else do I want out of my role? I don't want to just do my job 8 to 5. Okay, my values now align 8 to 5. What am I expecting them to deliver back to me? What am I going to get from the role? So is the role going to develop me? Am I going to learn some more? I see a lot of people come in sometimes and say, well, when can I meet the CEO? And when do we get to ride in the company car? Okay.
Not today.
That will come up, and that's okay to aspire to do that, but that gets old after a while. Take it from me. I mean, sometimes I was very fortunate at one point. When I was supporting a certain group in the Manhattan area, I was there a lot, so I got to fly in this posh, and I had this environment that felt really cushy. But it was very lonely if I didn't have my values in check on why I was really doing what I was doing. It could have been very different. It could have been very dry. It could have been very lonely. So all of the poshy stuff isn't always, what you should go after. Self-development and affirmation and learning, attributes and competencies and developing yourself and doing for others are all things that maybe
that community service. Here's what I was going to say, that integrity, if your values are integrity and ethics and honesty. I worked for an employer years ago. They wanted me to shred documents. And I said, no. And probably about a month later, I resigned. And I'm giving you the short version, but the ethics the ethics, integrity. I was not about to be subpoenaed in nobody's courtroom, but that value, my values, it did not align with my values. And trust me, my friends, trying to go into a workplace and try to then decide what the values are, like, do they support social issues that are taking place, diversity and inclusion? If that is important to you, don't wait to get in there to see that, you know, all of the leadership is one ethnicity, or, you know, the board has all older white males. Right. You're looking around, you see no females sitting in leadership and so forth. You just don't see that diversity within the organization. If that is important to you, you need to find that out before you go and interview, or even submit an application. So
even before you put that resume together, and in doing that, and putting your points together, your resume, and trying to think about if this is a place that you're going to apply, you really have got to put your hat on of filter of, okay, this one would have been a good place, but they didn't have these things. It's so worth it, because when you get in and you start talking to them, it will come across clearly what you're passionate about and that you believe in it. And all of a sudden, the employers will sit back and think, wow, they're not asking just basic questions. And by the way, you got to ask questions.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, but that's further in. But let's first talk about still going in. This is choosing the right employer. We're going to choose the right employer. We talked about values, benefits. What benefits are important to you? This will help you understand what motivates you. So, and my friends, these are lessons that we've learned along the way of what's important, because when you're 21, 22, you just want a gig. Okay. And as you get older, you start realizing, okay, vacation is important to me. I got spoiled at one company. They gave me 6 weeks, like first day. So what do you think I was expecting after that? But what's important to you? So those benefits. So I just named one, not like just medical benefits. We could talk about that as well. Let's talk about some other benefits. Vacation hours.
Vacation hours.
Like travel. What you should be looking for: the vacation hours, sick time if you are having to take care of a parent, or, you know, a sibling, whoever you have to take care of, you need that sick time. But what other benefits, Portia, should we be looking at?
And speaking just of sick time and care, you know, if you're a caregiver, if you're working for a smaller firm, they may not have all of the FML, and that's family medical leave time that you need, that extended time. Those kind of things are important. A lot of questions I get about benefits, like, when do I ask about benefits? I don't want to go in asking. It's okay. Once you are starting to talk about culture and talk about how, you know, day-to-day things, it's time to start talking, not necessarily pay, but start talking about what kind of benefits are you now affording to your employees? You have a large employee population. What kind of things are you offering? Have you changed benefits lately? Have you grown? Have you done anything different? I think all the time about women who are trying to build their income. So I think, okay, 401k, did we ask about that? Did we talk about how the company actually matches?
They match, exactly.
They match. Don't just, okay, we can contribute and they've got something. Are they matching regularly? Those kind of records also are available, how the company is doing. You know, I saw that your stock went down a couple times last year. What was that attributed to? If you lay that kind of question out, they're gonna be like, they watching the stock and they want to know how it's going to impact them. Those kind of questions mean you've gone the next level in trying to decide if this is a good fit for me.
Exactly. So asking for more than just about the normal benefits. And when I say normal benefits, I mean medical, dental, eye care, you know, those type of benefits, not just asking about those, but also asking about vacation, sick time, disability, all those things, stock options, 401k, do they match? Listen, my college grads and my grad students and my getting into the workforce, these are important questions.
They are.
You will blow them away. You will blow them away.
Work options. What's your flexible work option plan? What's the
plan?
Work
options? Absolutely.
Especially now. Are you expecting me to come into the office now? Are you all starting to come back in? Do I still have an option? Are you providing me with my laptop? How do I make sure, do I need to incorporate my home office and get it fixed up, or will you be paying for that? All those are legit questions and very valid, because they're going to come out of your pocket if they aren't paying for those things.
Correct. So these are just things that you just, as you're preparing, will the employer be able to do this? And do know that, you know, if you're just starting in the workforce, no, you're not going to get 6-7 weeks vacation when you're just starting off. Okay. As you get a little more seasoned in your career and you switch roles or you switch employers, then that's where you can use vacation as a negotiating factor. You know, oh, I've seen only 2 weeks. Can I get 3? You know, because listen, my friends, a little secret, because I used to implement those human capital management systems. You can adjust the vacation accrual in the back end of the systems to where Portia can get 2 weeks, Nicole can get 4. So just letting you know, it can be done. It can be done. And so this is for my seasoned professionals. This is, vacation can be a negotiating tool for you if that's important for you. Because listen, would you rather have 2,000 more in your annual salary, which will be taxed? Or would you rather have a week more of vacation? Again, what's important to you as you're preparing to do this transition into new gig role, whatever, what's important to you?
What's important, and that flexibility is so critical.
Exactly. Vacation, a week in vacation, or $2,000 more, because when you look at it,